Hello, welcome to the program Big Talk on Global TV. My name is Topsy Gemba, your host. Big Talk is a program that gives us the opportunity to analyze issues nationally, and as well it provides an opportunity to invite personality to be with us in the studio. I'm so delighted that I have a usual personality that I know so well in the media space. You watch him on the Facebook where he trends so much on issues that are quite very necessary in the society. He has been a friend on radio and television for some time. I decided to go out to speak with him so that he can find himself to be with us in the studio. He's equally an ex-service officer. He served with the Nigerian military for a couple of years before he retired, and now he's doing a lot of job analyzing issues politically in the country. Not any other person than Dr. Garus Gololo. It's a pleasure having you on the program this evening, Dr. Garus Gololo.
Thank you very much to have me. I'm happy to be here once again. Though it's my first time, but I'm happy to be here today.
Yeah, that's very good. Recently, Nigerians just woke up on one particular fateful day and reading on the papers, watching on television that the service chiefs has been sacked or suspended or removed, so to speak, and new ones appointed. Most Nigerians became apprehensive why this sudden change, because nobody really expected that. But of course, Nigeria today, the country is being faced with this security where Nigerians are living in perpetual fear. Many have been killed and many are still being killed, and nobody definitely know the direction of where we are going. And with the change of these service chiefs, most people are saying it's a welcome development. Some are saying now because probably because of the rumor of coup that we've been hearing, although it's not proven yet that indeed if there was any attempt of coup in Nigeria that brought about this sudden change. But that's just an issue. One of the issues people are looking at probably that brought about the change. Looking at the change of these service chiefs and the insecurity we have in the country, can we now say we are actually getting it right? That's the first question I'm supposed to ask you, Golo, because you served with the military before.
First, let us go to the coup. It is there is nothing like coup. I think if we say a coup as a professional, there is a communicate between the parties, and how many times do they sit, and where do they sit, and what are they communicate? What are their purpose? Who is the target? I see some social media, they say Speaker, Senate, President. What concern them with them? That was not a coup at all. They don't have nothing to do with those people. And then those on whom they even, they say there are 16 of them. Non-battalion commanders inside. CO, I'm talking of a CO, not of GOC, not brigade commander, not garrison commander. How can you go for the coup? You must have a truth to operate.
There will be a coup. These people must.
They must be involved. Now there's no way 16 people will just get off.
Assuming it's not their rank planning the coup.
It can't be possible. There's no way. There's nothing like take it as a speculation and then malice against another officers. Okay. Is a normal thing. This one happened during Abacha too. We see it. So that one is by the way. Then the other one, changing of the chief, it is very good because if you watch the one that they put there, like the chief wears that we say. Chief of Naval Staff 41 regular. 41 regular means that at least the one that is going, who is the Chief of Defense Staff now, is 31 regular, 39 regular. And the Musa, General Musa is 38. So you can see now, 30, then the point is now, 40 could not be able to be a Chief of Staff, but the 39 have been Chief, because Logoja is 39. Then the other one is also, who is present like Chief of Defense Staff is 39. Then this one now, they brought Olufemi. Yes, the one now they take over, the Chief of Defense Staff is 41 regular, and it's a Amoko. So I think it's welcome development. And by right, in any office you are, you don't, even in the CO, in unit, you don't stay after 2 years. They change and they bring another CO, because the more you're familiar with the terrain, you cannot be able to do it. And the purpose of going NDA is for you to be Chief of Air Staff or Chief of Army Staff or Chief of Naval Staff. So by you getting that, and I think it's an opportunity, and it's a very good move. I give kudos to the president. And if somebody tell me, because I have a program, they say, Gorolo, I say I praise the president for this, because when somebody do something good, you praise him. So it's welcome development. If they live a long service, especially the president tried, is a very good move as he changed them and bring another set. Remain 5 Those 5 have to go.
The main 5.
Yes, Inspector General of Police, Immigration, Custom, Civil Defense, Prison Service. Those one have to go. It doesn't mean anything whether you are paramilitary, no paramilitary, you are a controller. That's all. Just go, let them bring another fresh bullet to go. The purpose of joining that one also is to be controller of custom, controller of prison, controller of immigration. That is why they are there, or Inspector General of Police. So we cannot just remember for
some of these agencies, they have, if you are appointed, you have a particular time. You have a particular time.
They don't give time on the distance.
You have a particular time, like you're supposed to serve before you are asked to go for on retirement. Not necessarily because he has changed the service chiefs, therefore it will affect either the customs or whatever.
Any job you join, the year of service is 35. Anything above 35, you are on illegal employment. Simple.
But because of the kind of work,
are you the only person? If you die, nobody will continue the office. But we are professional.
So
me, I have not been anyone.
Look at before the change of these service chiefs.
Yeah.
Will you say they didn't do much in terms of curtailing insecurity in Nigeria?
No,
compared to how Buhari handled his own.
No. If each other government comes up, Buhari did the same thing. It is even worse because Buhari left the chief to remain almost 7 years. Which is, that is, those ones, they are 29 regular, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. They cannot be chief of army staff till 36. So chief of air staff, chief of naval staff, is just, that one is not the best way. Once somebody comes out, let him serve on the certain years and go. Let them bring another set. So because the more you just like one way in operation. When you go for operation, foreign operation, because I'm going to be a different country, Liberia, Somalia, Sudan. When you go for a recce patrol, when you face a place where you go patrol, when you are coming down, they say route out and route in. So that even if they ambush you, they cannot get you because you have already gone. So when you are coming by, you follow the road, they will go for ambush. But when they lay ambush and it happens, you don't follow that road, they cannot take you. That's why they say route out and route in. So purpose of joining this job in any other paramilitary or anything is for you to be header. So hence you are the head. And sometimes you have to go, they bring a fresh bullet because that one is coming with a fresh bullet to do the job. But once somebody stay long, he may not be able to do the job because he knows nothing. Nobody can talk to him, he's already there. They put him as nothing like permanent in uniform. As long as you put belt, you are not permanent. They can put you anywhere, and then this is not a sack, it's retirement. There's a difference between sack and retirement.
Okay.
Yes, those chiefs, serving chief, and including Musa, they are not sacked, but they are retired because they are due to go.
Now, look at Nigeria insecurity and the change of service chiefs constantly, and the matter still hangs, almost getting worse by the day. When this insecurity started, we now saw it happen only in Borno State, and that was around 2009, 2010, 2011. It became so serious where Yusuf was being heard as a person grooming some kind of people like that who didn't believe in Western education until it became out of proportion that today they're even coming to our houses and picked us one after the other with their family members and all that. And then we keep talking about change of service chiefs so that we now bring more ideas into the system, and yet by the time they get into the system, the matter gets worse by the day. We don't see anything happening. I can even say it was even better considering what Chief of Defense Staff and his cohorts were doing in terms of tackling insecurity in Nigeria as compared to what we saw till they were appointed.
You see, when they say on appointment on any other organization, or especially the military, and the people who are fighting, mind you, they are gorilla. When you are fighting to gorilla fighting, it's a fight that will take years. It doesn't end up one time. And then that fight that you are seeing like in Boko Haram, because Boko Haram, they don't know even person to speak with. But in those bandits and some other hyper, there must be connecting and not connecting. In any war, after you fire finish all your magazine or everything, or Shilka, Gombitem, 18 mortar hit, 2 inches, all after you finish, the next thing you come back for table. If you don't know what is the root of the cause, you cannot get the solution. You must get the root. If I am good, now you ask me what is my purpose of fighting this thing, and then why do I fight? I now tell you my side of the story. Then you, now you apply as I tell you. Then you use your brain professional to do it. But by the time you could not be able to know what is the reason, you only want to fight on bullet, you just cock and you continue firing. You will fire till now, till next coming 10 years, you cannot succeed, because even if you kill the commander, they will put another person. It's the same thing in the military. Doesn't mean if they kill now battalion commander, battalion 2IC will take over immediately. So the same thing with those guerrilla. So when you are fighting this type of a fight, there's no kinetic and no kinetic. So you apply the two. You apply the two so that you can have a peace and then confirm with the two parties.
When they talk of non-kinetic, is it that you dialogue or what?
Yes, you ask them what are the reasons, why are they fighting? What are the purpose of fighting? Before they pick gun, how do they pick the gun? And what are the reasons?
But you have gone to so many of these peacekeeping wars, many countries as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
There will be a systematic ideology of why some of these people are fighting for. In the case of Nigeria, it's an ideology.
No. You don't know.
Those who are fighting, they are fighting on the ideology.
You don't know. When you say Boko Haram are fighting for ideologies, fine. Why do they pick their ideologies? When you say the bandits are fighting, okay, the bandits are fighting for who?
It's just a change of nomenclature, but the Boko Haram are members of the bandits as well.
There's a big difference there. Bandits and Boko Haram, they have a difference. Bandits steal, kidnap. Boko Haram, if they catch somebody, they kill, they don't kidnap. If they hold you, you have gone.
I'm talking about those who transmuted to become bandits.
No. There's a difference between them completely. Those Boko Haram, they are there in Borno State and Yobe. Then we have Asaruddin, whom they just arrested the commander last about 2 months ago through the office of the NSA. He should be able to make at least a good move with that thing to arrest those two that they arrested. They are the one who caused the attack on prison in Kuje, also on the Cotton Karfe, and even in Niger. So that is those people they are Asaruddin, and they operate within Kaduna, Niger, and Kogi State and Kwara State. So those one, they are Asaruddin. They are the same people attack Owo in the church where they kill many people. They are the same people who do during the former governor when they attack his community and kill people in the church. They are the same people. So the ideologies is different. Bandits go to bush, kidnap people, collect money. Asaruddin kill, they don't collect any money, but they don't steal. Boko Haram is joined the two. They can steal, they can kill. So you see the distance. There's a two different, because those Asaruddin, they have a link with ISIS. So they give them money direct. Boko Haram have link with ISIS also. They give them money direct. Bandit doesn't have link with anybody unless they are safe. Simple. So that is the difference.
In the case of fighting, then you talk about kinetic and non-kinetic. And I put this question to you. You've been at peacekeeping wars in several countries. There will be a format of why they are fighting, so that at the end of the day, when this thing is not being given to them, they continue to fight. But when they are called to the round table, and they discuss around, they will now say, okay, we are going to put down the tools and then take whatever you are suggesting. Like in the case of Gaza and the Israelis.
The Israelis up to now,
I'm giving you this
because there's a big difference. The Israelis are to take land from Palestine, which even with the peace talk, after they signed the peace talk, they came 226. Check Al Jazeera, you see it.
Yes.
After the signed peace agreement, they take, that's why they caught ICC, International Criminal Court, put it as a genocide. So there's a two different there.
Yeah, what I'm saying, in the case of our own, that's the kinetic and non kinetic. How do you pacify this group?
The group, in each state, all those states where they have bandits, most of those who are the commander fighting there, they are from that state. They were born and brought up there. Do you ask why they carry the arms? Most of them, like that fellow, is from Shinkafi, and he's operating Shinkafi and Sokoto. And he's from that, he's from Zamfara State. Yes, he's from Zamfara State. Like Giredogo also is from that area. So those are Saladin again, they are from Kogi State, most of them. And they are operating within Kogi, Kwara, Kaduna, part of Birnin-Gwari. So you can now understand these people, this is where they operate, and then those who are not operating as a Boko Haram, most of them they are Kanoris. Most of them, I put it to most of them, they are not from any angle. They are there because you hear them even speaking the Kanuri life. So you cannot take this thing away from them. And most of those Boko Haram, I think most of them, they surrender and they take them for other orientation. Some of them continue the orientation, some of them go back again to the bush. So to what I have seen is that in any fighting, the military they are trying, and the police also are trying, the DSS also are trying, but this is continuing exercise. It's not something that you can just finish today, no. It's not the way you will just go buy swan water or pure water, you continue taking. It's not like that. Anything guerrilla, when they fight, you win them, they want to stay another side. Within a short time, they will attack to make sure say they are present, so that they can put the people on panic. You see what happened in Borno, how they ambush them, they kill even the CEO, Paiko, whom I happen to, I know in person, they kill him. While they are going on the route, because they ambush them and they kill them. The only thing is that we have 10 types of war, 10 phases of war. When you apply one, it doesn't work, you change. When you apply two, you reach 10. So anyone you apply, you see it doesn't work, you change. I will advise them not to advance on the vehicles, because when they hit anything in bomb, it means it hit. Why don't we apply Russian advance, arrowhead formation or whistle formation? You walk on your leg. When we are Liberian, when the things come up like this during Bamayi and Dogoyaro, they say no, gentlemen, this is not what you are going to apply. They took map, all the COs, they map the map out, then they give you a tax. You walk. You walk because there's no way you can use vehicle again. The more you use vehicle, the more the vehicle hit RPG, they scatter everybody. So the best solution, we enter like then, you put an arrow formation. If you are advancing with a tank, you advance, then you put your support weapon, 18 mortar hit and 2 mortar hit for plateau. 18 mortar hit, that is for that is for the whole battalion. Then 2 inches mortar is supported by the plateau commander, who is from captain, second lieutenant and lieutenant. So those one, you can apply them immediately. You don't need to be entering vehicle, then put your convoy, continue. You are going to war, you enter vehicle and put in sari. Are you telling them, say you are coming, or you want to show so you are powerful? It's not possible. Like. And then we need to have a swell map that if those people are coming, we could be able to see them. And then mind you now, those Boko Haram, I said about 2 weeks ago, they are using drones now.
Yes, they are using drone. I was to ask.
How do they have that drone? And from which country do they have it? That is why we always talk about any of this is why you arrested those people. When we are in Liberia, any person or Sudan, any person we arrest, the more you arrest them, when you check the ammunition, you see it is from Israel or France. Israel or France. Or US. Or UK. So we have to have a caution after arresting them. Check the weapon is which made. When you see the weapon with the made, then the security have to submit it report to the NSA. NSA have to call the ambassador in order. This weapon made from your country, this is a reason, and this is the weapon. How do they get the weapon? How do they supply it? It's something for Boko Haram just to be operating with a drone. How do they get the drone? How? And from where? How do they control it? Where is the control remote of that drone? Then where it hit the target? How? All those things, we have to go back and check. And then we need to have more developed weapons like rivers, ATS that we can be able to sight from here to Kaduna. Not until when they hit, they attack you before you make.
Is it true that soldiers at the battlefield, like in the case of Nigerian soldiers who are fighting in Borno, for instance, that's the northeast, according to information most of us get to know, that they are not being provided with weapons that can counter that of the enemies they are facing.
They have the weapon, but the weapon is not up to. Most of them in a troop, if you watch them very well, they are using AK-47 or 49. The highest weapon is GPMG or 18 mortar hit or RPG 40 hit. Why those
the
people?
Nigerian soldiers.
Yes, why those people they are using AA? So by the time somebody come to AA and you're having that one bullet, if you fire it, if you release one, maybe if you started running before you burst out, maybe you burst out in Kaduna, you will confuse. So I think we need to have more shilka. Because prevention, we need to have more shilka and more river who can be able to move in advance, and those ones they are bulletproof. You cannot be able to penetrate any bomb, no bomb can hit them. But by the time you have RPG or you have a MOAC, when they hit the tire, they blow the tire there, you cannot be able to drive anywhere again. Even if it's APC, they hit the chain, they will hit the track and the chain will cut. So we need to have all those weapons directly, because if they let them release money, we have those weapons. But the problem is that we release money on paper, and the money should not go to, doesn't go to the defense. It will not go to even to the army or to the navy or to the air force or to the police. Then in paper is released. Maybe the president have done. So president have to put NSA to check, because me I have a trust in NSA 100%. Honestly, I have it. I know he's not corrupt. He has been in everybody know about that one. If the NSA is supposed to check those money given to them and the weapons they are using, because this is not a matter of National Assembly. National Assembly don't know anything about the weapon. The NSA is retired AIG of police, and he has been so many operations with police. He know what it is to take. So let them check the money given to them and the weapon they purchase. Where is it? And who in position of that money? Because some of the time you see the money of the paper, it doesn't go to the NSA office, it doesn't go to the Inspector General of Police, you don't go to the Defense Minister, you don't go totally off to go to the Army or Navy or Air Force. So how do they operate?
In your own assessment as a military officer, what would you say with the war we've been fighting? Are we likely to succeed?
No, we are succeeding. Not say we likely, we are succeeding. They are making a good move, both the military and the police and the DSS, but we need to have more pressure more against these people, in which we need to release, we need to get money. DSS is supposed to have their own budget automatically. Police, DSS, and then Army, Air Force, Navy, so that they can have a helicopter or a jet gun battle helicopter that can be able to operate and come back. Then have a jet that can move. I tell you, in fact, country like Nigeria with almost 400 million, we're supposed to have like 680 holistic missiles. Not even talking about this, so that when we hit one, those people they will know where to go. But in the process where we are only hitting a lower distance, that's why these people are continuing. But if we say we have those holistic missiles, immediately they release two, those rebels called Boko Haram and the bandits, they will look where they are going. That's just what
is it possible you have people who are military in Nigerian soldiers, but they are serving the interests of the Boko Haram or either?
No.
They will feed them with the information that. For instance, like you said, this your friend that was killed. That's Paiko that was killed.
Yeah.
They did an ambush.
Okay.
Is it possible that somebody must have really informed the
listen, when they are going for ambush, yes, they don't have any information. They know you are following their route. It's a routine. You cannot have informer within the military, because you yourself, you know, say your life is in danger. They can kill you anytime. I don't believe in the military or DSS or policeman, because you know you yourself you are in danger. But they will have informer inside the town. How you go, how you are coming back, the type of weapon you are using. Then you can't see them as a civilian. They don't ride forehead Boko Haram or anyone. Those ones they are patrolling like now. The military, they have military intelligence corps. Air Force have it, Navy have it. Those ones they are the one gathering information to tell the soldiers where to hit and the target. And then you draw your map to that area. So the same thing, they have their own. So you don't expect any result. And then even if you don't take time, they will enter your signal frequency. They can enter when you are giving message, they will be receiving the message. So there is two options there. One, we have to have a pact, one more pact that can block anyone. That even if you are communicating, they cannot be able to get what you are communicating. Because when we are in Liberia, there is something when we are communicating, we understand that when we communicate in English, they record it and they know where we are going. We now go back to Hausa. We go back to Hausa. A week we can go for Hausa. Next week we can go for Yoruba. Even password. We say wake, we say shinkafa, we know you are with us. We say amale, we say egusi, we know say you are with us. So we continue changing it because that is how it is. There is a password in the front line. All the time they change it. In case of if enemy is coming, you know this is an enemy. The more you ask him, you say shinkafa and he cannot reply. Wake, you open fire because already is not with you.
He's an enemy.
Yes. Because you cannot hurt like a Kotakari. Say, how do you go there? No, this one, if you hold the hot bullet in your chest. So you have to prepare and act.
So look at the change of these service chiefs. With these problems you are just painted, look at the way things are being done. Do you think that we're able to solve the problem at the end of the day?
You see, when you are going for in the military, when you are grown up or when you are an officer, all your target is to make sure you succeed during your regime. I know by the grace of God, most of them, even the one that left and the president, all of them were in ECOMOG with them, all of them. Both the Navy, both the Air Force, both the Army, all. They are also in ECOMOG. So I know they will perform better, especially the Army, because I know him in person. He's a very good, and he has been even in the theater command there in Borno. You know the terrain.
Not the course.
Yes, and then what happened again is an armor corps. Armor has base in Burma even before the war.
Okay.
They have the base in Burma and they know much about all those areas. Burma, Monguno, they have their base. They have a Reiki battalion, which they lose. So if you don't know a terrain, it is even very hard for you to fight. But I know as a Kwazi has been to that other CO there, or when he was a young officer, he has served there on that area. So he know the whole terrain, where to go. We are good to go.
So can you rate the period of CDS, that's Lieutenant General Christopher Musa with
General Christopher Musa,
who actually piloted the affair before?
No, but Christopher Musa, I know him in person. He performed with me in Liberia better. Most of their cosmates, as they just passed out, they carried them to Liberia. Some have gone.
Okay.
Yes. I think there are so many of them, because when they just pass out, after they go YOC, young officer course, they carried him go Liberia. Many of his cosmates, I know many of them, they have gone. So for him to serve as even the rank of general and retire, I think is a plus to him. And he has been a theater commander in Borno. So he knows much about it. You know, this professionally, anything fighting with gorilla is continue. It's not something that you can say Mr. F is better, Mr. B is better. No. It's continuation.
Okay.
What we need now is offset. But when you bring fresh, they will do the job because they are expecting more award to it.
Yeah.
And the more expect say, yes, I want to do this, so that they will say, I do it, and there's a difference.
So why did Late Buhari allow them to last up to 7 years?
And he's a military general.
Yeah, what does he do that?
Why? I don't know. But he's a military general. May he always in peace. We don't want somebody is there. We cannot complain again about it.
No, I'm talking about the policies.
But me, I cannot even talk about the policy as far he is gone. I wish him to have a rest, because the way more you are calling, they feel work him and continue making something. So I wish him the rest. Let him rest.
So what will you, in terms of non-kinetic, what are the things we're supposed to offer, or when you call them to round table, so that they'll actually lay down their arms?
All of those ones who are from the state, and they have a state actor. Each state they have a state actor who knows those people very well. Let us put it very clear. So by the time you want to make any arrangement with them, you will communicate with them. The person will go and speak with them. Because if you don't ask them, why are they fighting this thing? I'm not talking of Boko Haram, I'm talking of bandits now. Kaduna, Zamfara, Sokoto, because Boko Haram, their ideologies is that they want to be everybody to be a Muslim. And the people they are killing in that Borno state, they are Muslims. So what are the results? There's no result there. Because you kill the person, somebody who doesn't commit anything, and you say you are preaching Islam. Islam is, the meaning is for peace. Peace, that is what they mean by Islam. Because if you kill somebody, or even if somebody gives you something and you take this thing, you use it for yourself, God will ask you that. Talking of you just take somebody's life for nothing. For nothing. say in religion. I don't believe they have any religion. I believe they are just pagan. They are just like Netanyahu and co. Yes, they just kill and they decided to kill children, kill everybody. In fact,
so no palliatives, not something to give them at the round table so that at the end we have peace.
You cannot have any palliative when you have not even settled with them. You must have to know why they carry the gun and what will be done for them to take this gun and surrender themselves and you disarm them. Because if you don't disarm them, there's another problem.
Yeah.
You must have to disarm them and ask them why. Then tell them what the government will do to them. This is what we are going to do. We have them in Niger Delta. When they went for amnesty, I think we have a peace.
Yeah, that was very specific.
Yes.
Niger Delta, they were fighting for the liberation of the Niger Delta.
Yeah.
But in this case, the Borno and the bandits, one does not really know basically the direction.
No, bandits, they used to say...
No, I understand what you are saying. But at the end of the day, you can still collect your money.
They come back, the bandits, they have mentioned most of their problems. Most of their problems, mention only they speak in Hausa all the times. When you watch their this in the Kulu, you will understand what they are talking about. Said they were in the town, they put a vigilante, come and kill them, burn their houses where they are staying, collected their cows, they reported to proper authority, action has not been taken. So you can see. So most of, if you just watch this in you Google it now, you will see it.
But coming to your house and pick you on your family, is there anybody that has any relation with their cows or whatever?
No. When you are calling for anything, like those vigilante they put, that thing has been long for a long time. Okay, for instance now, me I'm a Fulani. I just want to go to market. You say you are targeting a Fulani. All bandits are Fulani, including myself, who served as a military assistant and retired. So you are now, when I go to market, you say you kill me. What is my fault? Do I know what happens? I am not from the state. I don't know anything about it. It's simply because I'm a ethnic as a Fulani, you just kill me. Then the other tribe who are left behind, you think they should just forget? It's not possible. Until if you take that sentiment aside, me I see Durum as my brother because he's a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian. He's a citizen. I'm a citizen. You have right. I have right. If I see any person from anywhere in Nigeria or the Igbo, Yoruba, any tribe, as a citizen, as a Nigerian, that's why in the military we don't differentiate. Your religion is for you. You are a Muslim, you are a Christian, on Sunday you go church, on Friday you go mosque. If there's prayer, you go to mosque. We don't segregate. Say this one is, in your cosmate, okay, your cosmate, you have Christian, you have Muslim. And Muslim, maybe you cross with the Christian. Must you fight with your cosmate again? They don't do it like that. So, we have to understand that in very well. Not all tribe, you just declare them bad. Like now, the Boko Haram from Borno, most of them they are Kanuri. Then you say all Kanuri are criminals. The hypo in the east, you will say all the Igbo they are all hypo. It is not. The Asaradin, you will say all those people from the Ibra, all of them, they are all Asaradin. It is not possible. Anywhere there's a good and bad. So if you take all one, then you are making a mistake. Yes, you must segregate this one who is good, this one is bad. If you commit any offense, let him treat him like Mr. F. Mr. B cannot be commit offense and they treated lightly while the other person will just treated this. But in Nigeria, that is how I see.
But most of the killings that we see, most of these killings are largely done by Fulani to others.
No.
Why am I saying this?
Yeah, me I can dispute.
I know you are a Fulani.
Yeah, that is that.
I know you are Fulani.
Me I can dispute it. Okay, wait, let me ask you one question. Do you remember 224 Fulanis are coming from Bauchi and they enter Mayambo, all of them they kill them. Are they Fulani killed themselves? Are they the one killed
that's just an instance, sir.
Yeah, they killed themselves now. Why must they be killed on the first place? Listen, they are not from Plateau. Then there's another one again happened in Daudu when you are going to Benue. That is after you leave Katarko, between Katarko and Makodi. The last, after the bridge, that is the main point that you're entering, the cold place, the Elwata. Those people, as they are coming with the vehicle spot. So the tire boss, they are women, female, or Fulanis. They burn all the people. people inside. The one coming from
What about the other instances? Why are you not mentioning all
I'm just you say because you say the Fulani. You say all the one are killed of Fulani. You are mentioning
what I'm saying.
You have already mentioned. You say all the one kill is Fulani. I'm just telling you how they kill them also.
Okay.
So that you can put it in balance also. Then you want, because I have the whole record.
Okay.
So when we say Mr. F is killed and Mr. B is killed, no, they are not all. You can't say the whole Fulani are criminal, the whole Fulanis are killer. It is not possible. And then if that is the case, man, those bandits who give them information to come and pick people in the town, where are those informers? Because they cannot just come to. When I come here, you leave me here.
Yeah.
And I ask before I even come up.
Yeah.
So then you cannot just come a certain place and you enter into the house, you remove my locker and steal my money without having somebody inside there. So something must be done, and that sentiment, I am so-so, we should put it aside. What I'm after, I'm in Nigeria, and you're in Nigeria. I have equal right, you have equal right. Just like that chief of Naval Staff, now let me give one story. That chief of Naval Staff, he was born and brought up in Plateau, do you know? Yes, Idi Shaibu. I mean, Abbas was born and brought up in Jos. And he went to school in Jos. But as he applied for NDA, they refused to give him indigenous letter. But he was born in Jos. So now, he went to Kano and Nasarawa and get the indigenous. And now he's the chief of Naval Staff. So why will I be born in a certain place and I cannot get indigenous? Why? And they want certain time. There's a one Fulani who want to travel to Saudi. So when we want a passport office in Makodi, the passport immigration officer is an immigration officer at TV. What he tell me, I spoke with him in English. He tell me that the Fulani doesn't have a state in Makodi. They should not do a passport. What concern passport to state? You can see, not just passport to pay. So there's so many things.
And the Fulani road Benue.
One and brought there. In Benue, some of them that in Turko, Otupa branch, they speak Idoma. And then those one again from Katina Allah, also they speak it very well. So you cannot say somebody is born and brought up in a certain place, but is not in it. Why? It doesn't make sense. So our government has to say committee on this thing first. Let us know. Look at the Americans now. Anywhere they go, they say American first. Nigeria first. Don't say this one is also trap. This one. If I am a born Christian, I might be a Christian. Sure. If I am a born Muslim, I can be a Muslim. If I am born pagan, I can decide to do that thing. So you don't have to say this one is also trap. This one. No. That is not the best. I just have a girl who I pay her school fees. She is an Igbo. She's a graduate. She graduated from Nasarawa State University. She's a psychologist. I have people whom I assist go into NDA who are not my tribe. I have them so many tribes, and they are the people who even help me. That's the people whom I have even said put as a Fulani or put as a Hausa man. Anytime they call me, I go, hello sir, I know something will fall. They give me all anytime. So you don't need to say this is my tribal, this is not my tribal. You just work as a Nigerian, as a citizen. Simple.
Which state are you from, sir?
I'm from Bauchi State.
Okay.
Gama.
Okay, that's okay.
Gama local government.
Okay. Now there's this talk we have in this country, it's a national discussion we're having concerning, American government, or the Congress is working towards making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That is, that they're killing Christians more than Muslims. Have you heard about that?
I saw it, I read it, but it's a shock news. Because if you watch very well, both parties, those Boko Haram or bandits, they don't know who is a Christian, who is Muslim. Any other person, they get the killing. So you cannot just say this is a certain group they kill. Okay, why don't they focus? Because they are the one who are to sign between peace and war in Israel. They killed 69 million Palestine. 69 million. 40 million all are children. 40 million are children. 20 are female. And they hit hospital, destroy everything. In the war of engagement, a professional. You cannot hit school, you can't hit hospital, you can't kill women, you can't kill children. Even if they attack you, you only go for self-defense. You doesn't kill them. You don't even shoot. You don't even carry more than whole trigger against them. It's against the genocide. That is international standard.
Yeah.
So even if you are hitting target, you get the target. That is mean they are military base. Anywhere they have armor depots, they are so low where they have a weapon. You don't hit ordinary building. It's against the rule of engagement of target and the war. Even when you are in the military, they will draw it and tell you, this is the place you can hit, this is the place you cannot hit. Worshipping place. But these people demolish everything. The US did not measure them. They did not measure the Israel now. They are just measuring Nigeria, which is a lie. Because you cannot say they kill Christian higher than Muslim. No. Or even pagans. They pagan whom they kill. So they don't know who is a king. Okay, those one, the military that they kill now, both of them, they are Muslims now. They see us. So most of the killing, the one they kill in Tudunbiri, one the military mistakenly hit them, all of them, they are Muslims. So what I'm after is that Nigerians, we are Nigerian. No country will cause confusion for us. US has their own agenda. Maybe the person who speaks this has his own agenda to cause us problem, because most of the things that's how it happened. Look at Sudan now, the crisis. You cannot even raise one hand. Since they are fighting, everybody want to be in power. There is no power. Poor men are suffering. The masses are dying, and they are killing themselves. They destroy all the country. If you destroy the country, if the country is on war, but has not come to this television now today. So what I need to my Christian brother, this thing, they should not use our brain. We have more problems, or whatever it is. Because when you're a Christian man, you yourself, you know it is not true. While you are living in Nigeria, you know it is not true. So sentiment is coming from the person who may show this. Maybe he want to use it for popularity.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm looking at maybe the assessments made.
How do they assess it?
That is just what I'm thinking about.
Before you assess the war.
Like for instance, they will not say, I'm just giving an instance.
Yes.
They will not say maybe 50 churches burned.
And then where they located, their location.
Yes, not just putting them together.
When you say 50, which location and where? Because you must mention the state and the area.
Then they will not say maybe 30 mosques.
Did they measure?
Then you now see the rising wave of these blasphemy attitude we are seeing among the young ones. If anything, someone mentioned, including the young Muslims who probably say something wrongly, they will go after them, for instance.
If something is happening like this, and the US, the person who is speaking is from US, I saw him when he made that comment.
Yes, the Cruz.
So why don't you make, how many people do they kill in Palestine? Why do they invent Libya? How many people did they kill in Libya? Why do they invent Iran and kill Saddam Hussein? Why do they invent Afghanistan? Gentlemen, we have to understand these people. They are inventor. They can enter in. Okay, why are they fighting to Venezuela now? What are the reasons? When the president was speaking yesterday in Al Jazeera, he say they are trafficking drugs. Where are the people who have the drugs? Do you arrest them? Do you see them with the drugs? Hence you say you are a Democrat and you have a human right. People have to understand all these things. These people, they only join country to condemn. Look, US doesn't have any business. They don't have oil. Their oil is their soldier and their weapon to sell their weapon to any other country who are fighting war. Communities. That is how they do it. I don't have any apology to it. Well, okay, look at. When you watch very well, Russia, China, Pakistan, India, even UK make a measurement of it, and Spain. Spain said they are not going to World Cup because Israel are killing people and they are participating in sport. But Russia has been sanctioned. They sanctioned Iran. They sanctioned North Korea. They are not participating in any sport. But Israel is still participating. And even this morning they killed about 200. They blocked them from getting food. They blocked them from having water, hospital and everything. Where do you see that? Would they ceasefire? Check Al Jazeera. Today I check Al Jazeera, they killed 200 this morning. They want to bombard them. Shell the place, kill them in the shelters where they are. And it's inside even a grave. They don't have house, they don't have anything, and the food they are bringing might block the food. Last one, is it not the ship they arrested those one from who are coming to Gaza to supply food? They don't have any weapon. Are they Hamas? They are not. So those people, that is how they behave. They focus on what they need, what they can achieve. That's all.
So what's your advice to these the newly appointed service chiefs? The way, because my thinking tells me more about what you said, kinetic and non-kinetic. And if non-kinetic is not applied very well, the tendency here is we are going to be fighting this war probably unending. They can be changing the service chiefs and the new blood will be injected into the system, but not to end the war.
You see, the problem is that any war you are going to fight, especially have it has entered, most of them, they have a weapon in their hands. Many, or especially those bandits and Boko Haram. So what you do is that you apply the two, kinetic and non-kinetic, because your purpose is to protect the civilian, not the governor. Because governor is going to convoy, they cannot attack governor convoy. But a civilian who is staying in the community, in a bush, where he will go farm and come back, because he cannot afford to stay in the town, he cannot even buy firewood. So it is, you apply kinetic and non-kinetic, so that the people, they can come back to their community and go farm, feel comfortable to do all business they like before. They can go to market, buy and sell. As long as they cannot go buy something and sell, our economy will not rest. So the point I'm advising the chiefs now, the service chief, they should go for kinetic and non-kinetic, both of the two. They should apply it. Then the federal government should release money, not in paper, because we are very good in making paper. We release 60 billion in paper, then it is not applied to buy the weapon. The chief of army staff have not seen it, chief of navy staff have not seen it, chief of air staff have not seen it, chief of naval staff have not seen it, inspector general of police have not seen it, the DSS director have not seen it. But they cannot talk, because while you are wearing that uniform, you are bound by two laws, civil law and military law. The more you mention something, they court-martial you go for court-martial. If you are in the military, you call me, I will tell you, say, when you say hello, I say number busy, I will not come here. I cannot. Yes, because there is no way. They have to give me a permission before I come here. Why am I in this television? But I'm free, I'm retired, I can speak anything, and it's what I know professionally. So the money should be released to them direct, not by paper, so that we can fight. Look, we have the combat military. One way in Liberia, we are the best. One way in Yugoslavia, where Nigerian battalion cover, one we are pulling out. 5 countries come and take over from Nigeria. 5 countries take over from where we are. So we have combatant soldiers who can fight, but you cannot fight while you don't have something in the ground, especially a weapon. Then they pay them the RCA, there's something they call RCA. The money while they are fighting there, how much are they paying them? How much? We don't know. Because the more that thing is not going fine, and then those police or the military or the navy, if they lost their family, or civil defense, even the other DSS, what are the benefit of the family will get? You honor the family, pay them the money, show it to the public so that people will be happy to join the job. But by the time they kill me, my family are not paid. Then me, I hear the story. When I hear bullet from here, when I take off, maybe I will bust out in Enugu.
I can understand.
Yeah, of course, because if you don't do it, what are the benefits? After you serve and you die, what are the benefits? Then how your children will survive? Because I know some, like in military, mostly if somebody died, they pay immediately. They pay off. They give for the family parking allowance, and that allowance they pay by the rank. There's something, I have a brother of police, he died 2013, after now they have not paid the family. He was on operation in Katsina, they killed him, Baba Ibrahim. He was working with the monitoring unit. He have children, those children, I have to just be taking them one now, putting them in a different places. We even applied that time for Port, but the boy passed, but you cannot be able to go. The boy could not be able to go, because it doesn't work. Later, we fight it through ND. Before he leave. So what are the benefits after your family? Because Western world, if you die, everything, they take care of it. But in the problem where somebody retire and you are giving him 2 million after 35 years, then you expect him to go welcome bullet. It's not possible. I don't you see how the police protest that time? Somebody retire as a DSP 3-star is receiving 30,000 a month in pension. Then you expect him, you just put all his hand on the job. It's not possible. We have to change that system.
Dr. Glow, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Happy to be
I
here.
just took time to listen to you because you are speaking on the professional angle. You serve in the military, you travel to many places as a peacekeeping soldier, and I really appreciate what you have already said this evening on Global TV.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here again. Whenever you call me, I'm set, especially for security issue.
I will definitely.
Not for politics, because I'm just joining politics. I'm not yet on it.
You're no longer talking about APC and PDP.
No. I'm talking about professional.
Thank you so much. Sir.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yes. Well, that's how far we can go on the program Big Talk today on Global TV. My name is Topsy Gemba. My guest was ex-military officer in the person of Garus Gololo, who actually spoke extensively on most important issues and the ways of how to actually curb the present insecurity Nigeria is going through. I really appreciate him deeply from my heart, and we shall be doing that again some other time with yet another personality. My name still remains Topsy Gemba. And remember, bless and happy Sunday evening, and bye-bye.